You know, it would be really easy for me to sit here and pretty much make a laugh track video. It would be really easy for me to do that. Um, but on a day like today, I think it's I don't think it's funny. And the reason I don't think it's funny is because I look back in absolute shock and horror at the mismanagement and the total indifference to educated, intelligent feedback. I look back at the snarky comments and just putting on display that you just don't get it. And I don't look back and laugh because, unfortunately, the damage is done, and the damage to the game is irreversible. And we'll never get that time back. All the development time spent running down the road of over-idealized visions of what the game is from a person who doesn't even understand what genre of game he's developing. All that time wasted, all the things that were ignored, the problems in the game that were ignored. Today I don't think is a day to celebrate necessarily, because, yeah, the damage is done. And while this individual's terrible ideas, god-awful takes, and general lack of understanding when it comes to this specific type of game, while that individual person's his shit ideas are gone, that's not necessarily good for the game. And what you're going to see today is a massive load of dick sucking. You've seen it already. You saw the Serious video less than 2 months ago, which 100%, when I was hearing big stuff brewing last night and figuring out that this was probably going to be a real thing, I was putting together a lot of like circumstantial, you know, that people like, how do we know this is true? Blah, blah, blah. I was putting together like a lot of circumstantial like shit that I've seen happen. And one of them was the Serious massive dick sucking video that he did of Wrel less than 2 months ago. So obviously I think he knew, and I think that's why he did that video, because that's an awfully, besides it being 10 years, yeah, that, like, the guy right now is on Twitch running like fucking live reruns of his YouTube content, specifically that video, to 81 viewers. Like, okay. So, like I said, today, you can celebrate that this person's ideas will no longer infect the game, but in reality, his ideas have already infected the game. And his big grand design and plan for what he wants, how he wants to mangle the game and fuck it up, and what new gimmick weapon he wants to put in the game, or whatever other terrible system he wants to iterate on for the 17th fucking time. All that shit is still in the game, and the game, unfortunately, is less playable today than it was when Wrel was hired. Now, I 100% will do an actual video, and I plan to do an actual video and go back all the way to the hiring, and even before that with the YouTube videos and the shitty ideas and all that stuff. This video might end up being 2 hours, like a feature-length fucking film. I really want to do that, because this is not just I don't want you guys to get stuck on the thing that this is just a PlanetSide 2 issue. This is not just a PlanetSide 2 issue. Incompetent morons who get in charge of putting ideas into these games, our favorite games that we play for thousands of hours and pour thousands of dollars into, and, you know, invest time in and try to improve and all this shit. These fucking morons have invaded all of our favorite games and are shitting on them every single fucking day. So this isn't a PlanetSide 2 specific story. This is about all fucking games and all of these incompetent people that are getting put in charge of developing them. That goes all the way up through management, all that stuff too. Because you can't 1000% put all of it on the developers. But unfortunately for you guys that want to defend game developers, there's a lot of fucking idiots that are game developers that have really, and the best thing about it is they constantly talk and they constantly tell you what their ideas are. So they're right out there telling you how stupid they are and the fucking bad ideas and poorly implemented fucking thoughts and shit and these fallacious fucking things that they spit out there. Thank God they sit there and open their fucking mouths all the time because we can just see this shit. So for all you guys that want to defend these guys, you know, and say, oh, it's just the suits and that's part of it. But these idiots, they're responsible too. So if you want to celebrate anything today, celebrate the fact that this moron no longer has his hands on the game. And he's not in charge of doing shit for it anymore. Now the damage, irreversible, okay? And for that, I am truly sad. Now, for Wrel as a person, I've always maintained I don't dislike the guy as a person. You know, I wish him the best. I have said before, I hope he gets a job opportunity in the industry for a game he truly wants to work on and he understands. Let that be an RPG, he can go work on New World with his friends over at fucking Amazon Games. All this other stuff. But when you fundamentally have so many misgivings and misunderstandings and if just flat incorrect takes about the genre of game that you're responsible for developing, it's my responsibility to call you an idiot. And for that, I'll never apologize for that. Because all I want is these games that I love, these IPs that I love and play, the Battlefield series, PlanetSide, all these fucking games. I'm a true fan because I'm not sitting here defending watching these morons shit on the games forever. Okay? So all you guys out there defending these guys, fucking up all these games, and making excuses for them and turning them into martyrs, you're just as bad as they are. So I want to thank Wrel more than anything for being a beacon, a shining example, and a fucking topic for people like me who actually care about the games that we play to sit and discuss and fight back against. Yeah. So, not a day for celebration. It is Memorial Day, anyway. So, what you can do is look back and, look back and just think of what could have been, you know? The game was always kind of fucked from the start. It was rushed, poorly implemented. But the guys that originally made the game had a vision for it. And unfortunately, we never got to see that because a misguided, casual YouTuber got a hold of the game and then strangled the life out of whatever it could have been. I'm sorry, barring the only time where he experienced sustained positive growth was during a global pandemic where people were literally locked in their houses. So, yeah, rest in piss. See you later, bozo.